It's my wife who is coming. HICGI Sserwadda, and of course, Edith, Nakalema. I don't know whether to disagree with Isaac or to agree, but I think I'll just take his words. Our dear Reverend, head of laity for this our church, and my brother, I always call him Allan. He has the title for Kabaka. I don't know, because I don't want to mess, I don't know which title it is. I don't know how to. After him and the brother to say, they are the ones who welcomed us in this place. Reverend, this is my church. We came here in the 2004. I think by 24th of this month, we'll make 21 years in this church. I remember very well English service here. We used to be like 10 or less than 10 people here in this church. I'm happy the church has grown. We thank God for that. When a man called Kaijja, the man who lived his life in the UK, he was the one playing that, singing for us here. We used to be happy, but sad enough, he went to rest with the Lord. But he has not left the gap, because the church has really grown. Our dear friends, I really want to thank you for this difficult moment. The time we received the bad news of my dad, you have never left us. You have been with us for sure. If it was not because of you, it would be a different thing in my home there. When I received this message, maybe I became so selfish that I could not even think about that. I was thinking about my wife. Why? Because between my wife and I, that don't have no doubt about it. You know, I lost my maternal dad in 1990. I guess I was still young. Of course, after some time, I met Edith. And at the end, we were just there because friends. And we really became friends in around 2001, 2, 3, 4. That's when we got married. Before we got married, the first time I met Daddy, he asked me 2 questions. He asked me, where are you from? I told him that I'm from Morocco. He said, hey, you are from the district of Amin. So, all of us, maybe who are old enough, will know the theme of Amin. But he didn't explain to me whether it was a good one or the bad one. So I wondered if we read, I still had it. But funny enough or good enough, he didn't say anything. So he allowed us to get married. And the first word I knew in the Col I've not added many of them. This is yes or Namara. That one, even if I'm sleeping. And it was not just because of saying it, but he meant it. Everything was enough for this or that. He will not express you with anything. If you give Daddy 20,000, he will sing to Tendereza and I will pray for you, pray with you. That is the man we have here. So, you know, they always say I'm a man of few words. Even the few words I have, they are only if I pray to you. Because of that. So, as I was saying, you know, God brings two people together for a purpose. This my wife always supplements me. Man, if I talk a little, she will talk. So we cover the other gap I have. So as the Reverend you said it, really, everybody who has said something to them, the preaching was very, very wonderful. You know, it is now our time. The sure that he has done his part. It's our time to carry on his legacy. At times also God trains people. I have no doubt in my mind. Edith is going to take the legacy of our dad, but not her alone. That is what not being done. What currently, that is the legacy. That is it. Maybe I will compose and say what is in Barara, but that is all I can say. Thank you very much. You have really supported us. You have prayed with us. A lot of faces here. We just didn't come because of that is death. We have been together. So this is the true friendship. And to be sure, most of our friendship is anchored in Jesus. It's not just a friendship like that. It's anchored in Jesus. Sister, Edith, we are so grateful. We are so grateful. Thank you.
The clergy, Reverend Dr. Allan, Reverend and my brother, Christopher Sergeant. Dear Reverend, I hope you will forgive me when I failed to pick your calls. A good thing you got to me, and I am here. Thank you very much. The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, Rosette, and I call her Aunt Rosette because for me, when I started work as a second lieutenant, I was the first internal auditor in Presidential Protection Unit then, and Aunt Rosette here was the Under Secretary, and she held my hand and taught me accounts. You know, for me, I remember those days when I was like a small, tiny junior officer. Of course, I'm not big even today, but you have held my hand, and I'm grateful. Thank you very much. Honorable members of Parliament, general officers, my friends and brothers, Professor Muzeyi William, wave to us. Stand up and wave. I don't know how to Professor Muzeyi, I don't know how to thank you for coming because I really didn't inform. I failed to inform people. My brother John and your dear wife Christine, Commissioner General, my Lord, the judges of the High Court of Uganda, Sister Justice Aris is a real sister, a daughter of Reverend Sserwadda here, who she loved and loved, and Tata loved her also so much. And Professor Andrew Auha, who is also now the justice appointed, the newly appointed judge in the High Court. Dear friends, if I start mentioning, but we have, now I mentioned others, and then I'm forgetting others, and I want to apologize. Dr. Faith Katana, my dear sister and our aunt. We have a man who came because of love. The voice you have heard before of Allan Kagina, who works with the British Broadcasting, Allan stand up, all the way from London, my brother. Allan Kagina, you have refused to stand up properly so that people see that. Yes, stand up. Thank you. Kagina, and your dear husband, Paul. My brother and boatmate, Andrew Gasila, your beautiful gift, Alice. Alice is our gift together, and shouldn't say that she's a gift to you. She's not a gift to you alone. Can you stand up? Both of you, please. And my Judy Gasila. We are a family, but it's gone beyond family. You are. Now, when I said dear generals, I wanted to finish that protocol of the military as a master and my bosses. But there is a general I call Kanyanya, who is really a dear brother. Major General Sabit, stand up. And your beautiful wife, who is my baby sister Esther. When I call Sabit, you can't remain seated. Baby Esther, who is now Moses Kasivayo is here, and also he just returned to Uganda from London. Now, Honorable Dr. Sababutul was a dear friend of Tata. Now, we have Senior Commissioner of Police, who is also Deputy IGP, Deputy Director CID, with your dear husband, my sister Beata, Senior Commissioner of Police. This comes all the way from Kapchorwa, but right, we're based at Chiburi, and her husband is a pastor. Now, Sabaganzi Sebo, webalinyo okutwagala. My sister Oliver, my sister Anne Cheine, who I actually called to say, help me look for the Reverend last night. Well, yes, I went to you. Thank you for being good neighbors. My brother Danistan of BBS Delphine. Chief, can you help to us? These people announced the death of this man that I am fearing to talk about. Thank you, Danistan. Thank you. I have a dear sister who has always magnified the little I try to do because of serving God. Sister Barbara Kaijja, where are you? Sister Barbara Kaijja is editor-in-chief of Vision Group. So whatever you see in Bukede, in what we do, I appreciate you, my sister, because you promote God's kingdom in that way. Dear friends, if I have not mentioned you, please forgive me. Everyone here is so dear to me. And if I was to, I can call most of your names. But I want to also appreciate my staff, the State House Investors Protection Unit staff. Stand up, please. Led by Admin Stephen Kaheru. Where are you? And my people. Those young, when they heard about the death, they jumped quickly and joined the friends that Andrew mobilized in minutes. And we have, me and Jimmy really, we were in confusion, but everything is going on very well. Andrew and your big team, Afande Sabit, Bakanyani, Mwewa. Now, I am the firstborn of this very loving, peaceful, hardworking. This man served God. This man loved. This man cared. Tata, the longest night of my life was last night. This man didn't fall sick at all. Tata no tabalangako. Era fena baja kutu abana jokuzika. Yet Tata tabalangako. My father has never felt sick. My father is always very jolly and serving God passionately. Tata took us to school, the 5 of us, on his bicycle, old bicycle, riding it to each school, singing, yes, he would make you sit on his bicycle, and he would start singing, no bundi hidukomoro, yes, wenkanamara. He never allowed us to walk, he never allowed us to eat bad food. Tata never wanted us to eat badly, yet he was poor and a reader for 53 years. Tata, my part went yesterday. days, of the last hours, because he never felt sick. God loved this man. Tata loved. I am missing Tata's hand in my head here. Jimmy found problems with me because Jimmy's love is in gifts. My love is in availability and touching me. So when I gave birth to our firstborn in 2004 December, Jimmy got the most expensive phone that had just come, a Motorola that time. It was only our commandant of the PPU then who had it. And he wrapped and got a flower and came to the hospital and put these precious gifts by the bedside and looked at the baby, and he was so happy. And I was so angry that he didn't touch me because I was missing my father's touch. And he didn't understand. He didn't know that I was so angry because all I wanted was a touch, not material. Tata taught us not to treasure material. Tata taught us to be contented and to serve at all times. Tata taught us to love and serve. Tata cared. Tata.
Good day.
Last week, he was at his diocese, and as a family, we will forever be grateful to Bishop Michael Boa, who identified that and said, for abakadde mu Uganda, so in Ankole abakadde zabahule. Now Bishop Boa Michael, who I call Tata, and we treasure him. When he had the experience of 53 years and got to know that the man was going home, meanwhile, Isaac, what he forgot is that Tata refused to retire. When his retirement age came, he chose to start a church and said, now I don't want a salary. I don't want, after all, the salary of the Mbus didn't take my children to school. He would do side work. He started a church where we are going to have a service tomorrow. The church grew. A small structure, but he was a pourer of crowds. People would come following. So it started as a fellowship under the tree, and he called me. Tata would call me 3 times, sometimes a day, and every time he called, he would start by telling me, "Mwana wanje karibu kuhereza Ruhanga." Now, she started that church under the tree and told me, "Edsa, notekwa kulonda mabati tumbichi kanisa." Said, Edsa, you must look for iron sheets, and so we built here a church. And I did, through friends. Bakanyani, Tibukani Kabuka. So we collected money and built the church. And people filled the church. And that church is the one now kind of holding the whole parish of Katebe. So Bishop Rubowa, when we were at a burial of one of our friends in Ichirura, there is a reverend called there's a reverend who is retired, and he was the one at the burial, and he had Tata's testimony of serving God for 53 years as the lowest rank of Muzeyi, a lay reader, and that he had refused. He said, I am now, the age for retirement came, I am supposed to go home, but I will not go home. I will still serve God. I am going to mobilize people. I am going to preach to them. Jesus who saves, Jesus who satisfies, Jesus who cares. And when he was taking us to school, he would tell us, "My children, I don't have material of this world, but I know that I have a king who has everything you need for life and for godliness. and He will make you rich. And you finally give me all I need, and I will put all you give me to service of the Lord. Tata would give more than the rich, because he would mobilize all his children, and whatever you give, he would put back in the church. So for Bishop Rubowa to have identified and said, omuntu ngoyo n'obujulizi ng'obwo n'okumugamba awummule n'agamba nze omusala kanuleke ebirala kandireke naye nja kuyita abantu tukole ekanisa tuweereze Katonda nti kati ajje nze musomesa obukadde. The man was taken to, he called Tata, sent him to theological college. In 2 weeks, Bishop called me and said, your father doesn't even need any teaching. He's the one teaching all the Wakati. So it was on 28th of May, 2022, when my father was ordained a reverend. So when you see this scholar, it didn't take so long. The Lord wanted him to be fulfilled and kind of rapture him. I am about to tell you how this man went. So, on 28th of May 2023, we gathered at Central Uganda Diocese in great celebration, accompanied by all of you friends here, and Tata was ordained a priest. The man's joy was complete. My father's joy was complete. Because he said, me who had been told to go home, and I chose to serve God independently. Now again I am a priest in the full. So and they didn't take long. So he was ordained a deacon on 28th of May, and on 16th, on 18th of June, they were changing the now they ordained him a full priest. And all his people that he had been preaching as the reader, the man has been baptizing, wedding, joy-free, because everybody was like, Sserwadda is a Maori. Sserwadda is a Maori. The man this man has made history in the entire church of Uganda. That we shall forever honor him. He taught us to work hard and serve God. So, when Tata got his Cora, that one is his best man. He made him a best man when they were together with our mother. They celebrated Golden Jubilee, 50 years of their marriage. What was the date? But it was in 2021 during COVID, and God first stopped COVID. And bishops gathered, archbishops told them gathered and surrounded the Muzeyi, and he went and we celebrated the Golden Jubilee. The grandparents, the grandchildren were the ones putting flowers, and the man was joyful. What followed was ordaining him after celebrating. Now for him, he started the 7 years of prayer immediately. Because after he celebrated his Golden Jubilee 2021, 2022, the man was called upon and he became a priest. Now, on Friday, which was 7th, the day before yesterday, when he left us, he was leading a service.
The Senior Citizens Talk is brought to you by Africa at Heart, Heal the Planet Global Organization, HICGI News Agency. Subscribe right now to get our latest updates and share every single Sunday. Don't forget also the Talk to the World show that is running every Thursday at 4 p.m. Subscribe here on YouTube and make a notification bell right here. HICGI News Agency. Visit us on HICGINewsagency.com and find us on all social media platforms on X, call it Twitter, on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. HICGI News Agency. Subscribe now.
In the village. So last week he called me and told me that his driver had left him in the house. And I told him, now Tata, the driver is the one who has been cooking and cleaning now that he's not there, you can be home. So I sent my driver, he drove him home. So on Friday, and whenever he's home, he has a lot of work. He doesn't sit. People want him to be, they want to wed them, to baptize them, to lead services everywhere. So on Friday, he led a service. It was a funeral service. They were burying a young man. And he gave a testimony of how God has satisfied him, how God has given him all he prayed for. And people got saved. And the man was jolly. So he called me at night, said, Omishtuan, my God, I want to give you a testimony. I have preached, I've been preaching where we are, in our village, in the Mucharo Church. Then he said that he had been preaching in his sub-county, but he had never preached a gospel like he preached that day. And that he told me, I saw people's lives coming back to Christ. Many people got saved. Now my daughter, let me pray for you. And then he started thanking me. And he was so joyful. And then he said, I want to thank you, my daughter. You have served the way I told you to. In the central Uganda, many people thanked me. Those you helped to secure their land, those you helped, the Muslims thanked me, the Catholics are happy, the Protestants are happy. Thank you for not segregating. And then he said, thank you very much for remaining a faithful servant. Because I have been having an issue, and friends in the media, I don't want you to cover this. So you had my sister.
For more than 10 years, HICGI International Group has been your #1 partner in tours and travel consultancy. We also do real estate, legal services, ICT services, and much more. Find us on HICGIinternationalgroup.com or write to us at info@HICGIinternationalgroup.com. You may also write to us at PO Box 35827 Kampala, Uganda, or visit us on Namuswehi Hill off Entebbe Highway. Call us on +256 200937566 or +256 3948632 or 46. Or you can send us plus on WhatsApp on +256 752 1375 66. HICGI International Group, your #1 rail business partner.